About 200 years ago, a massive ship carrying countless gold bars vanished mysteriously in the middle of the ocean. Since then, hundreds of people have tried to find it, but none ever returned. Yet greed makes people blind. So, one day, a powerful team decided they would find that ship, no matter what it took. This wasn't just any group. They worked for an international intelligence agency, skilled in deep-sea recovery and covert missions. After months of searching, they finally discovered the lost vessel. But soon, one after another, strange things began to happen. Were they truly bringing the gold back to the surface, or were they doomed to vanish like everyone else before them? The movie opens in 1962. We see a grand, luxurious ship cutting through the waves. On board, wealthy passengers are celebrating, laughing, and dancing under golden lights. Among them is a small girl, Katie. Katie looks restless and out of place. While everyone around her dances and drinks, she sits quietly in a corner, solving a puzzle all by herself. Moments later, the ship's captain approaches her with a kind smile and invites her to dance. She hesitates, but agrees. As they start to waltz, the camera slowly pans toward a dark corridor below deck, where a mysterious man is seen tampering with the ship's main wires. Suddenly, a thin, high-tension wire snaps across the dance floor like a blade of death. Within seconds, every dancing body is sliced clean in half. Blood fills the room. The music stops. The ship falls into chaos. When the wire stops swinging, only Katie remains standing. She's alive because she was too short to be struck. Frozen in horror, she looks up to see the captain's face split perfectly into two. She screams, but her voice is swallowed by the sea. Then, the screen fades to black. Cut to the present day. A rescue crew is seen sailing across the ocean. Their job? To locate and salvage stranded or sunken ships. It's dangerous, but the pay is good, and they're the best in the business. After completing a successful mission, the 6-member team celebrates together. Their leader is a tough, respected captain. Among them is only one woman, Eve, a skilled diver and engineer. As they laugh and share drinks, a man named Jack approaches. He introduces himself as a meteorological officer, but the look in his eyes says he knows something about the lost ship. Jack tells them that while studying weather patterns, he spotted something unusual, a massive ship stranded in the middle of the ocean. He claims that if they can retrieve it, the ship will legally belong to whoever finds it. But there's one condition since he discovered it first. He wants 20% of whatever treasure they recover. The team's captain gathers everyone to discuss the offer. At first, no one seems interested. They argue, "We already have plenty of work. Why take another risky mission?" But the captain replies, "This ship isn't just any job. If it's real, the gold on board could change our lives. We'll split the profit 6 ways equal shares." The thought of fortune quickly changes their minds. Everyone agrees. The captain then turns to Jack and says, "You'll get 10%, not 20. Take it or leave it." Jack hesitates, but finally nods. "Deal. But I'm coming with you." In the next scene, the crew sets sail toward the coordinates Jack gave them. Hours pass over dark, restless waves until they finally reach the location. But there's nothing there. The ocean is completely empty. "Are you sure this is the spot?" Eve asks, scanning the sonar. Jack insists, "Yes, it was right here." Suddenly, the radar flickers. Out of nowhere, a colossal shadow rises from the fog. A ship, ancient and corroded, slowly emerges right in front of them. Before anyone can react, their vessel crashes into it with a deafening impact. The collision is violent, but miraculously, no one is seriously hurt. As the waves settle, they look up and realize it's the same ship from the story, the one that vanished decades ago. The captain steps forward, whispering, "This ship disappeared more than 40 years ago." Jack and one of the crew members stay behind on the boat, while the others climb aboard the ghostly vessel to investigate. The deck creaks under their feet, the air heavy with salt and silence. Then Eve notices something lying near the railings, a half-burnt word puzzle. It's the same one Katie was solving that night. But before they can process what they're seeing, the letters on the puzzle slowly rearrange themselves. Spelling out the word welcome, everyone freezes. It's as if the ship itself is greeting them. The captain's voice trembles. "The structure's weak, watch your step. One wrong move, and this thing could collapse." They proceed cautiously, but moments later, one of the crew members falls through a rusted floor panel. Eve dives forward and catches his arm just in time. As she pulls him up, she glances below, and for a split second, she sees Katie standing in the darkness, staring back at her. Then, just as suddenly Katie vanishes, the others rush over and haul them both back up. Eve is shaken. "I think I just saw a girl." The captain frowns. "You're seeing things. Stay focused." They continue exploring and soon come across something that chills them to the bone. A digital wristwatch, perfectly preserved under layers of rust. But that's impossible, because when this ship disappeared, digital watches didn't even exist. The leader looks at the strange digital clock and says, "Maybe someone has been here before. That clock might belong to them." He then adds, "We need to rest for now. Tomorrow morning, we'll come back and take this ship with us." Everyone agrees, and they return to their boat. On the way back, Jack asks the leader, "How did that ship even get here?" The leader tells him a story. During World War II, there was another ship that vanished mysteriously in the middle of the ocean. No one ever found it again. Everyone on board disappeared without a trace. He says, maybe that ship is still out there, somewhere. But no one takes his words seriously. They all laugh it off. Later that night, Jack notices F sitting quietly. He asks, "Why are you so silent after coming back from the ship? Did something happen?" F hesitates and says, "I saw a little girl on that ship." Jack tries to calm him down. "Maybe it was just a nightmare. Don't overthink it." The next morning, they receive bad news. A large hole has opened up in the old ship. It's slowly sinking into the ocean. Dragging it back is now impossible. Still, they decide to return and take one last look. But as they start working, strange things begin to happen again. F walks into an empty swimming pool inside the ship. The pool floor is covered with empty bullet shells. As he turns to leave, he suddenly sees Katie again. F panics and slips, falling into the pool. He hits his head and starts bleeding. Then something horrifying happens. The pool starts absorbing his blood. Jack rushes in and pulls him out, but when they look back, the entire pool is now filled with blood, and inside it, countless floating corpses. Meanwhile, the leader enters the captain's cabin. He finds a wine glass on the table. When he tries to take a sip, he suddenly sees the captain's reflection staring back at him in the mirror. Terrified, he runs out. Another crew member hears someone singing softly from the hallway. He follows the voice, but when he reaches the source, no one is there. Yet, the audience sees it. The ghost of the singer, the same woman who once performed at the party in 1962. Meanwhile, Jack and F stumble upon a horrifying scene. Hundreds of rotting corpses, their bodies half melted from years underwater. The stench and fear are unbearable. F screams, "I'm done. I'm not staying here another second." He and Jack run for their lives as the cursed ship creaks around them. Alive, breathing, and watching. As they continue searching, they come across several metal boxes, all filled with gold. There are 10 of them, each one shining under the dim light. Everyone is thrilled. They shout, laugh, and jump in excitement. It's more gold than they've ever seen. But one of the members warns, "There's something wrong with this ship. I heard a woman singing, and I even found a burning cigarette nearby." No one takes him seriously. They laugh it off again. The leader finally says, "We've got what we came for. Let's load the gold and get out of here. There's no reason to take this ship with us." But the ship doesn't want them to leave. A dark, unseen force lingers, determined to keep them trapped. In the next scene, we see gas leaking from their boat's engine. At the same time, F once again sees Katie, standing silently near the deck. Before he can reach her, another spirit appears and drags her away into the darkness. Meanwhile, one of the crew members tries to start the boat, but the moment he turns the key, a massive explosion rips through the air. He dies instantly, and 2 others are badly injured. The survivors are now trapped, surrounded by smoke, fire, and fear. The leader sits alone, guilt washing over him. He whispers, "This is my fault. I brought them here." F tells him, "We have to get out, now, before it's too late." But the leader refuses to listen. They argue, their voices echoing across the empty ship. Eventually, everyone splits up. 2 members go to the kitchen, hoping to find something to eat. They discover plates full of food, warm and inviting. They start eating, but moments later, their faces twist in horror. They realize they've been eating worms and insects. They vomit uncontrollably. Now, it's clear this isn't a normal ship. It's a ghost ship, and everything that happens here is a trap. Elsewhere, the leader finds himself sitting across from the captain's ghost, both drinking wine together like old friends. At the same time, F continues searching for Katie. Another crew member follows strange lights and ends up inside a grand ballroom, where a beautiful woman begins to dance with him. But then he realizes she's the same singer whose voice voice he's been hearing since they arrived. F finally reaches a locked room. Inside, he finds a skeleton hanging from the ceiling. It's Katie's body. Her ghost appears behind him. Katie speaks softly. In 1962, I tried to go back to my parents, but maybe they're gone too by now. Meanwhile, the captain tells the leader, the gold you found wasn't theirs. It was stolen from another ship. He hands the leader an old photograph. The moment the leader looks at it, his face turns pale. He recognizes someone in the picture, someone still alive among them. Back in the cabin, Katie tells F, the devil will claim every soul here. When he gets what he wants, he'll let me go. Suddenly, another dark spirit appears, pulling Katie away once again. As she disappears, she cries out, "Run, F! Leave this place!" F tries to find the leader to warn him, but the leader has already seen too much. He's seen the truth and the faces of the damned. He tries to tell the others what he saw, but before he can speak, he sees the ghost of the fallen crew member standing in front of him. Behind that ghost, the singer's spirit smiles eerily and drags the body away into the shadows. F finally finds the leader, but the leader now sees the same demon inside F's eyes. Panicking, he attacks F with all his strength, as the cursed ship creaks and whispers around them, feeding on their fear. Fear tightens like a noose. F struggles free from the leader's grasp after a desperate fight, collapsing onto the deck, gasping for breath. The others, shaken and terrified, decide the leader has snapped, so they lock him in a cabin and work together to repair the boat. They need to escape. Alone and haunted, F keeps seeing Katie's ghost. Katie is not a malevolent spirit, she's a frightened, trapped soul. She leads F into a terrible vision of the past, the party where the slaughter took place. F watches, helpless, as the scene replays wine laced with poison, passengers convulsing and dying at table after table. In the swimming pool's corridor, men were shot down in cold blood. That's why F found bullet casings there. Katie herself was not spared. She was murdered and hung as a warning. The real horror emerges. Those murders were not random. They were organized, designed to take the ship for some dark purpose. And the mastermind behind it was not the captain or some unknown pirate. It was Jack. Jack's photograph, the one the captain had shown the leader, meant something monstrous. Jack had brought them here, and Jack was no ordinary man. He murdered people to bind their souls to the ship, collecting spirits like trophies. When F races to warn the leader, he finds the cabin flooded and the leader dead water poured in, drowning him while he was imprisoned. Panic spreads. F runs to find his second partner, only to discover him trapped in the engine room. Water already fills the compartment. Suddenly the engines roar to life. The locked room becomes a tomb. His partner drowns as valves clatter and steam hisses. On deck, the remaining crew realize the truth is out. Jack's evil is known. When one man tries to kill Jack in a last desperate act, Jack collapses, shot by the would-be killer. The man staggers to F, claiming he has killed Jack, but nothing is as it seems. With no safe exit and souls piling up, F hatches a grim plan: destroy the ship before it can claim any more lives. As F prepares the explosive, one of the crew rushes at him, frantic. "Don't! If that detonates, all the gold will be gone." F doesn't listen. He knows what this ship truly is: a prison for souls, not a vault for treasure. The man pleading with him suddenly shudders, his face shifts and melts away, revealing the real truth. The figure they trusted was never who he seemed. Jack steps forward, smiling with a terrible calm. He is not a man at all, but something older, darker. "I am a demon," he hisses. "I make them sin, I take their lives, and I bind their souls to this ship." Jack explains his cruel purpose. He lures desperate men with gold, tempts them into murder, and then claims the souls for his own. Those souls are branded. A mark appears on the hand of anyone who accepts Jack's bargain, and once marked, they obey. The photo the leader had shown was proof: Jack's face in another life, and those he'd already condemned. "You could have helped me," Jack promises softly, offering F a choice. "I'll release you, but leave the ship intact. Let the gold stay, and I will free you." F stares at the demon and then at the corpses floating in the pool, at Katie's hollow eyes, at the hollowed faces of his friends. He thinks of all the lives stolen to hoard that metal. Jack lunges. F fights back. In the struggle, F makes his decision. He slams the detonator switch. A thunderous blast tears the hull. The ancient vessel groans, metal twisting like a living thing. Fire licks the deck. The sea rushes in through gaping wounds. The ship begins to sink slowly, majestically, dragged down by its own corruption. As the deck tilts and chaos reigns, Katie's ghost appears at F's side. Her touch is a cold blessing. She guides him through collapsing corridors and lifting rubble. Where other spirits wail in chains, Katie points a steady hand, showing him the path to the open air. One by one, the trapped souls rise and slip from their bindings, freed by the sacrificial blast. They drift up like ash, finally released from the ship's hunger. Katie smiles at F. "Thank you," she whispers. And then, at last, she fades released to wherever the living cannot follow. A rescue boat arrives in the aftermath. F is pulled from the water, coughing and spent. He watches the smoking silhouette of the ship sink beneath black waves. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate you spending time here. If you found this helpful, please like the video and subscribe for more every week. Turn on notifications so you don't miss the next upload.